Hey gang, how's it going? I have another artist this evening. This, again, is from the series Getting to Know the World's Greatest Artist. My name's Miss Ng. I'm not an artist, but I do appreciate art. Written by Mike Venezia, and this is Mary Cassatt. She was an impressionist, and, well, you'll find out. I'll read it to you. And guess where she was from? You're going to find out. Mary Cassatt was born in Allegheny, Pennsylvania in 1844. She is known as a great American artist, even though she spent most of her life living and painting in France. Mary Cassatt loved families and children. Her paintings and pastels of mothers with their babies are among her most famous works. When Mary was 7 years old, her family left America and moved to Paris, France. For a couple of years, Mr. and Mrs. Cassatt wanted children to see all of the wonderful sights while they lived in Paris. They took their children to the great art museums and galleries, where Mary saw her first works of art. "Come along, Mary, we have 7 or 8 more museums to see today." "I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm bored." But Mary, "Whoa, just a minute more, Mother. Wow." A few years after the Cassatt family returned to America, Mary decided she wanted to be an artist. Not just any artist, but a serious artist. At first, Mary's father was very upset. In the 1880s, people felt women weren't supposed to be artists. They thought women should only have very polite hobbies, being someone's wife and stay home to raise their children. And those are all great things too. But they thought that those were the only things they could do. It was one of the few times Mary and her father didn't get along. Finally, after realizing how much Mary wanted to be an artist, her father agreed to send her to an art school. "Dear, Mary's been holding her breath for 3 days. Why don't you tell her it's okay to be an artist?" "Oh, all right." Mary studied very hard at the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. After 4 years there, she decided a better way to learn about art would be to copy the paintings of the world's greatest artists. And we've learned in many of our stories that a lot of artists did that as well. There were very few paintings by great artists in America at the time, so in 1866, Mary Cassatt left for France. She spent as much time as she could in the art museums copying famous paintings. "Madam, you're welcome to stay here during museum hours only." She set up a little tent right there. I don't think she did that for real. Mary Cassatt was becoming a pretty good artist, so she entered one of her paintings in the Paris Salon. The Salon was an important place to have your paintings shown. People from all over the world came to look at art, and maybe buy the paintings they saw there. It wasn't easy getting a painting into the Paris Salon. It was even harder if you were a woman artist, especially an American woman artist. But in 1872, Mary's painting on the balcony was accepted by the judges of the Great Salon. The Salon accepted 4 more of Mary Cassatt's paintings. Then something happened that changed Mary's life. At that time, a small group of artists called Impressionists were painting in new and exciting ways. They didn't like the rules of the Salon that the Salon made about the way art should look. They didn't think that the Salon's judges should decide what was good or bad about paintings either. One of the Impressionists, Edgar Degas, asked Mary to join their group. "So we want you to join our group. So far, nobody likes any of our paintings or us, and we don't make any money, but we have fun and we get to paint what we want. Count me in." Mary was thrilled. Mary had seen paintings done by the Impressionists. She loved the bright, beautiful colors that Claude Monet, Camille Pissarro, Auguste Renoir, and the other Impressionists used. But most of all, Mary liked the work of Degas. She thought his colors, unusual angles, and the way he painted people made his paintings perfect. Mary Cassatt and Edgar Degas became close friends. Mary learned all she could from Degas. Soon she stopped using dark background colors and painting people in fancy costumes like in the painting above. She stopped doing things the judges at the salon would have accepted. She started to paint people as they really look, doing everyday things. And her colors got brighter too. Like this is a young woman sitting doing something very, very neat and proper. And this is a chick on the couch, just kind of all sprawled out, you know? Mary kept working with Edgar Degas. They experimented with different types of art. For a while, Mary made a series of special color prints. They also experimented with pastels, mixing them with oil, turpentine, and even steam. They were trying to find ways to make the chalky colors as bright as possible and make the pastels sink deep into the paper. In 1877, Mary's mother, father, and sister Lydia came to live with her in Paris. Her brothers and their families would visit Mary too. Mary used the members of her family as models for her many paintings and pastels. In the painting above, Mary showed her sister Lydia driving a carriage. Mary was interested in photography and framed this painting so that the pony and carriage are cut off. Mary knew that framing her painting like a snapshot would give more importance to her sister and the little girl sitting next to her. That might not seem like a big deal, but it was like a super big deal at the time. In 1892, Mary was very happy to receive an invitation from America. She was asked to make a huge painting called a mural for the Women's Building at the Chicago World's Fair. The painting was so large that the canvas had to be lowered into a ditch while Mary was working on that so that she could reach the top. Oh, these American painters are really strange. Yeah, Renoir never asked to do this kind of stuff. The painting mysteriously disappeared at the fair. Some people think the smaller painting shown above may have been a study for Mary's painting. Mary Cassatt never had any children of her own, but she seemed to understand the love between mothers and their babies better than any other artist. Whether she used soft pastels or strong shapes and bright colors, Mary Cassatt's paintings are always warm and friendly. Mary Cassatt's paintings make you feel like you're right there, looking in on someone during a special moment. She made ordinary, everyday scenes important and helped make the world realize that women could be great artists too. Mary Cassatt painted with love in a way that few artists have ever been able to do. And many of her paintings are here in the United States. I don't know if the Carnegie has one. It's not listed here. But it's fun to see a real Cassatt painting, and when you look closely, you'll be surprised to see how she used little flecks of color to make eyes and noses and to capture the delicate expressions on people's faces. And I will put a link to pictures of her artwork. And that World's Fair at which she debuted here in America, that was also the World's Fair that the Ferris wheel, George Ferris, he was also from Pittsburgh too. So, I mean, she was from, like, Allegheny, like, that's kind of like what's known now. It was then called Allegheny City, then called Allegheny, then called Allegheny City, but it'd be like, the North Side, I think, or I suppose now it's even called the North Shore. But anyway, my friends, that's the story of Mary Cassatt, and I hope you will enjoy looking at her paintings and pastels as well. I'll put them online. I thank you very much, and I hope that you're going to be able to sleep well tonight, because tomorrow at 12:15 is the premiere, the world premiere of the Sporty Sports Show. So from art to sports and everywhere in between, we love you so much. We do. Kiss your beautiful brains. Kiss your loving hearts. And when you look in the mirror, you will see a masterpiece. You will see you. And I invite you to say, hey, good looking, because you're all good looking, just the way you are. Thank you.